All right, can you see it?
Not at the moment.
If I can find it, I'll get the link up on this phone, and then I'll send you the link so that you've got it. It's off YouTube.
Sorry, a few technical issues there. Why is it not coming up on the channel?
I've got a feeling that because you're looking at it, but you were able to see it last time, weren't you?
Yes, I can see yesterday's. It says Melting Pot Wave Murano Glass live stream.
Very strange.
But I can't see a new post or nothing that looks live.
Okay, I've got the link here now. Okay, I'm sending you.
Here today, so
Sending you the link right now.
I'm not sure what to do with that. What do I do with that then?
Do you want me to email you the link? The link's on your WhatsApp right now.
Have a look. Hello? Can't see.
Yeah.
I can't see anything.
You can't see the message I've sent you. The message says delivered from.
Okay. Okay, I've got it.
Got it?
Right, let's go online.
Yeah, sure. Technical. I did see it last time. It took a little while for it to pop up, like to update everywhere that it was all streaming and live. So I don't know if there is a delay. It's nice though, isn't it? The results found what you put. Okay. Well, it's streaming live here. There's one person watching at least. Do you want me to call it actually? Watch question mark little Victor underscore not dash, remember? Underscore not dash. Okay. Capital K, capital W.
Is that capital K?
Capital K, capital W. Small golf.
Capital A, yeah. I'll get that to work.
I'm not sure what to tell you. I'm going to copy the link once more and send it over again, see if this one is any different.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to go get the cat.
Okay, sure, no worries. We're here. We'll stay on the line and then.
I don't understand why I've got a difference from yesterday. Tell the others we'll be running like 20 minutes late. Okay, thank you. I'll hang up.
Okay, alright. Yeah, the microphone says okay, so everybody tuning in to Melting Pot. I hope the event's going really well and the demo stuff was really good yesterday. So we're here to have a little interview with Roberto Beltrami, and we're going to do some demos for you afterwards. One for Roberto, one for myself, and then I'm under the understanding that we're going to show you a technique of screw pull, which is a technique somewhat specialized to Murano, and you guys down in the hot shop are going to give it a go afterwards. So if we just start off, Roberto, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and about the company here and what brought you to us?
Yeah, so I'm Roberto Beltrami. I'm originally from Brescia, sitting near Milan, and I got into glass while I was studying in the US. I was studying in Boston, and I saw this glass exhibition from Julie, and I was like blown away. So I moved to Murano, and I started an internship, and then I started working in a company and then another. And 5 years ago, I ended up opening this company called Murano Glass, and so here we are.
Absolutely. And what's the thing that really caught you about No, it's okay. Roberto's a very busy man. Lots of people.
We have no sound.
We have no sound. Come on. You're kidding me. Wow. Mic's on.
Skill.
Hi, Gail.
Hello, we can't hear you.
You can, is it quiet or you just can't hear me? Us?
It's just quiet.
Oh, it's just quiet. All right, we'll just come very close.
Speak louder.
We'll talk really loud. Can you hear us now?
Just about.
Just about. Give a.
Hi. Hello. Test.
Very quiet.
We'll just yell.
We'll just yell really loudly. All right. We'll start again.
Text us if the sound is still not good.
No, it's really echoey.
What?
It's really echoey.
Well, because the phone is on now.
Yeah, the phone's. Maybe you're hearing the echo from the phone into the.
So hang up and
Yeah.
send us text.
Send us a text if it's still going badly. Still, okay. Well, there's like a 15-second delay between what we do and what you hear. I don't know what to say, Gail.
Well, put on.
If I've got a pair of headphones, so I'll attach them. We'll attach a pair of headphones, and I'll put them on Roberto, and then we'll just go from there. Okay.
Well, how about I took out my.
You go to the headphones. Well, sorry.
Wasn't it? All the live streaming was really good. I don't know if anyone saw the live streaming on YouTube.
Roberto's just gone to get his AirPods, and we're going to attach them to the phone here. So then you'll hear him very good. You won't hear me at all. But if I ask him the question, then he can repeat the question, and then go from there. Okay, Roberto's.
Understand the technique through watching them do it and respond to that.
Hello, Gail. Can you hear me?
We have also got live streaming. Oh, that is better.
Okay, there we go. Hi.
Yes.
There we go. Okay.
You can't hear me.
No. Well, we can hear you, Gail. We've got you on the telephone. Oh.
Okay.
Okay, cool. We'll go from there. I'll ask the question, and if Rebecca, you repeat whatever the question
Yeah,
is.
that's okay then.
Okay. Do you want to just introduce yourself
begin.
again?
Okay, bye, Gail. So I'm Roberto Beltrami. I'm originally from Brescia, a city near Milan, and I fell in love with glass while I was studying in the U. And I fell in love with glass while I was studying in the U.S. I was studying physics at BU in Boston, and I saw this Chihuly exhibition, and I. Are you connected to the Wi-Fi?
No, I'm connected to my own Wi-Fi, so really good.
Okay.
It's mine in.
Yeah.
There's some problem on there.
Benji says it's a problem on your end. So yeah, and also in terms of the way we set up the company is we're very versatile, whereas a lot of other companies in Murano are very specialized in one thing. So my idea when I started the company was to be able to offer a range of techniques and products to our customers. So we do anything from sculptures to mold blown stuff to lighting to tableware. and that really helped. Also, being versatile in producing very small batches of items. Many companies in Murano are still tied to this mentality from many years ago of mass production and big batches. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense to start to do something, which is sort of true when you talk about glass, but times are changing, and so we really have to focus on just being very versatile and offering our customers the best service and the most versatility.
Yeah. Do you think it's been difficult to communicate to artists and to people that, yeah, we're open for business, we're open, we've got all of this knowledge and skill? Has it been difficult to get people to
Trust us?
yeah, to trust us since all of the other factories don't offer this sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, now it's becoming easier and easier over time because people have seen us for a while, so they know we're not just like a shooting star passing by. We lost connection for a while. Okay, I think we're back now. So you are back. Sorry, we're having some technical problems.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So we'll repeat the last question,
Yeah.
which
There
was,
do you think it's been difficult to get people to come in and to open up to what we're doing since it's so different to?
well, in terms of clients, so yeah, the question is, has it been difficult to get people to come work with us, for us, and be our customers since we're a new company and we're different from other places in Murano? Yeah, in the beginning it was very difficult. You know, people wouldn't really trust us. They wouldn't trust a person that wasn't from here, like I am. Well, also, like everyone, almost everyone in the company now is not exactly from here. Um, and so it was difficult in the beginning to get customers to trust us, but then over time we were able to show what we can do. And you know, I think the best way to get people's trust is to keep your head down and grind away.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you think that this sort of model is the future for Murano Glass, or how do you see the future for Murano Glass in general?
Well, I don't think that there's ever like a model that's set in stone. I mean, it's all about being able to adapt to the current times. You know, now we've seen like a steep raise in gas prices because of manufacturers, whatever war, pandemic, and everything. So we just have to adapt to it now. You know, it's not. There's been many articles that say, "Oh, companies in Iran are shutting down," and to a degree, yeah, I agree that you know it's hard to do business right now, but you also need to work towards adapting to the situation you're working in right now. So we're investing a lot in finding new energy efficient solutions for our furnaces. We're doing a lot of R&D in that, and I think we can somewhat overcome these issues just by you know putting a lot of effort and thought into it.
Yeah. And do you think that the youth, what youth is coming into Murano Glass, is accepting of the changes that are happening? Whether it is everything generally moving in a direction of development on the island, or do you think there is still the stubbornness that you can see in some of the older people here in the factory?
Well, there's definitely an idea, an archetype more like about tradition in Murano, but it's hard to um, break through. Many people that work in the glass industry in Murano are very tied to tradition to the point where like they won't do anything different from what they've been doing for 20, 30, 40 years. So, you know, I think for young people, it's easier to approach glass in a setting like our company is. While other companies, I think, have proved that, you know, there's not a lot of young people working in glass right now. I think, as I said, we're the youngest company on the island and we have the lowest average age.
Yeah.
And we're trying to get more people like Benjamin here and Liz to come here and learn and hopefully, you know, like get passionate enough about glass and love Venice enough to want to move here and help the future of Murano Glass.
Do you think that those, like you mentioned that you want to get more people who have a mentality like myself or Liz and the young people coming here. Do you think that that mentality is held within the young people in Italy itself, or do you think that it's going to have to come from wherever it comes from?
I mean, it's hard to generalize. Statistically speaking, I would say that it's been easier to have this kind of discussion with people that are not from Italy. Definitely not from Murano, but also mostly not from Italy. But you never know. It's just hard probably to um, get our ideas to young people in Italy because there aren't really any craft schools about glass, and there isn't really a way for people to get interested and get into glass except from coming to Murano. Most people just don't think about that, so that's also probably one of our reasons.
Okay. Um, and do you think that the typical stereotype here that's given is that this rise of studio glass and everything around the world is what has killed a little bit the competitiveness of Murano? Do you think that what effect do you feel like this rise of
Yeah.
studio glass?
So I think honestly, it might have had something to do with it, but I think to be honest, what really killed Murano is the advent of industrial glass and other glass industrial districts around the world. In well, Czech Republic's been there a long time, but Portugal, Spain, of course, India, China, and that really damaged Murano. And Murano never understood, I think, that where it needed to go was bespoke, was high end, was luxury, and not look to get mass production orders. Like just being able to change. Not being able to change is probably the reason why Murano wasn't able to keep pace with times.
What are we looking at?
It's 10:58.
We are getting really close to starting our demo. So,
Okay. So should we move into the hot shop?
Yeah, I know that we've had a little bit of a cut off, a little bit of a shorter interview, but we move into the hot shop and get started making pieces. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Yeah. So just in case you guys didn't hear it through the audio, I know we're a little bit behind. We had to cut short a little bit our interview, but we're gonna head into the hot shop now, and then we're gonna get ready to start our demos, because otherwise we're gonna run out of time on this end. So we're just gonna get set up here, and we'll be right back. What? You do whatever you want.
Should I put up the headphones so...
If you want, yeah, you can turn the headphones on. There you go.
So I'm getting started doing a bubble of color that's going to fade into another color. So the idea when you fade two colors is to blow a bubble that's very thick at the back and very thin at the front. And then we're going to gather a layer of color on top of it and break through that first layer of color with the heat and glass from the second layer.
Oh, there you go.
Aqua. No, it's one. No, I think I can do it from here. Yeah, better. متى calda, Benji? Oh, it's hot. And so now, I hope people can hear us, but I'm now punching a hole through the front of a bubble to make, I guess they call it a snorkel.
And they don't know anything about glass.
Oh, okay. So we're making basically a tube of glass that we're gonna bend to the side and then use it to, we're gonna put it inside of a clear glass furnace and basically suck clear glass up into the tube by sucking the air out from the back of the pipe. And as I'm ready to do this, I'll ask Benji to get started. You want to get started with a clear bubble on the big pipe? Poi la painala prima e la sopra. So basically I'm going to rest this on the surface of the molten glass and then suck the clear glass off the tube. Very weird to work with headphones on. I'm not used to it.
So what I managed to do by doing this is to get a layer of color that's on the outside of clear mass, and I didn't have to do that by stuffing a cup or anything. It's just way faster. And Benji's getting started. Benji, come here. We're getting started with bubble, and now we're going to apply this wrap of the faded color onto the piece. Scalda bene, Benji. Scalda forte. I'm ready. So if anybody has any questions, I guess they can tell Gail, and Gail can text us the questions.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Is it working? Everything's working. Okay, good. So this is the first time I tried to do this, so hopefully it plays out good. Maybe we have a question? No questions yet. Okay.
This is working.
Yeah. Can you cap that too?
Yes.
Sì, scalda bene. So now we're melting in the surface of the glass, so it's nice and smooth, so we can gather another layer of glass on top of it. Yep. Pass one more. Yep. Lo Benji? Okay. All right, we're ready to gather one more layer of glass. And then I'm going to try to punch a hole through the bubble to make a base that I call bukkake because there are holes punched into it. But, line. So we'll show you just the effect of a fade and then the wrap that we added on the bubble. It's like blue on one side and aqua on the other side, and then it fades through. So hopefully that's going to turn out nice. Today's Saturday, so we have very little glass in the furnace. So we're going to melt glass tonight, so we'll see how this last gather turns out. Do you want to put the Teflon over here? Yes. So you squeeze the bubble. Now we're going to try to punch a hole into it. There we go. Okay, Lindsay. Look out. Good. Heat. Scala, Benji. Però non lo tracciamo più. Ci stai? Passi. Okay. All right. Now we're going to flatten the bottom so it stands up. Cap Benji. And then we're going to punty it. Like this. Now we're punting it that for people that don't know what glass is, or that don't know how glasses work, punting means transferring the piece to another pipe in order to switch the axis 180 degrees so you can work on the other end of the piece. So this end, this is. All right, and now the punch is cold. And we're going to add some water to the neckline through thermic shock stitch. Ready? And we're going. How are we doing time-wise? Good?
As long as you afterwards, it's got time.
No, let's do your piece. So let's do your piece, and then if you have time, we'll do something else. No, no. Yeah. Spazio, vento. Ok. Sì, scala in cima. Cima, 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 cima. Ancora più cima. Vieni. Sì, metti. Here we go. Can you show it? Here we go. And now we're gonna put it in the annealer, so you see how that fade goes from one side to the other. So that's it. We'll put this in the annealer now, and contrary to studio glass habits, here in Murano we tend to turn the pieces in the annealer and knock them off directly in the annealer, mostly because we're a gas annealer, so we don't really have the same problem of temperature dropping if the door stays open, as a electric kilns do. And this allows us to wait for very massive pieces to cool down before we knock them up so we don't deform. So I'm gonna pass the headphones to Benji so he can explain to you what he's gonna do next with his demo. And see you soon.
Okay, so Bartol's just going to turn his piece in the muffler for a little bit longer, and he's just going to add just a little bit of water to the panty. Just with a little tap, it'll drop down into the trays that we got there. We're just going to go and get set up for the next piece. And you see we work relatively fast here. So we'll just get the pipe set up and then we'll get started on the next one. So the first thing I'm going to do is there's a little piece of pattern that I put inside the muffler beforehand. So I'm just going to make a small panty, sorry, and pick up this little piece of pattern. I'm also going to pray that it doesn't break when I come out of the kiln. This is just a little piece of filigrana that I made a few weeks ago. It's just a piece of clear glass with white glass stripes on the outside, with the type of white glass that's really, really stiff. Vaina di cristallo. Postura. Sfocata. No. So whilst I'm getting this little piece of cane prepared, Roberto is going to gather up some clear glass, which this pattern is going to go onto. So the reason you have to pick it up out of the kiln, and we can't just pick it up straight off the floor, is any piece of glass, you just pick it up and add heat straight to it, it's going to crack. It's going to cause a lot of stress. So we put the pieces inside of the kiln up at 500 degrees. And that's kind of like our transfer temperature that we can then have the glass stick to. Postura, sì. So Roberto is going to gather up two layers of clear glass and make a bubble out of it, and we're going to roll this onto the outside. Did you see how we did it with Lolo last time? It's like a trail, and we twist it and we'll wrap it around and twist it at the same time. So there's lots of different Venetian effects with this sort of work with filigrana. This kind of fine detail. Sì, appena più lungo. Sì, sì. So it's there's like a million different ways that you can apply this stuff, this type of really stiff white glass, to the surface of a piece. You can make lots of these canes and roll them up onto the surface of bubble. You can just instead of having like a piece that it has lots of lines on it, a little bit like this one, I'll just bring it close so that you can see it. See?
Okay.
E toglio dopo. You can just have single canes so that then you end up with a single line instead of multiple lines. But for this technique, I kind of want like these lines to be continuous throughout the inside of the piece. So I decided to use this technique that's pretty fast because we can pick up just a trail like this. We can heat it up and twist it as it's going onto the bubble, and wrap it all the way around the outside. Non serve tanto fine, Alberto. Sì, va bene, toglio dopo. Sì, sicuro. So now Alberto's going to bring over the glass when he's got it nice and hot. Doesn't matter. Just whatever way you do it, you just keep doing it that way. Good enough. I'm going to cut all the excess glass, immaginare, and then capaccio on top, one layer on top, blow, punch the hole. You remember we made the claw, like the 4-pipe claw? Add the 4-pipe claw on the end. Yeah, it's like the one that's in there. No idea.
Here, put on you.
Yeah.
You speak and I'll ask you.
Okay. La 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 la, can you hear me? We just had a little bit of a technical issue that the phone got too hot, so we just had to turn the phone off, turn it back on again, and now the stream should be resumed. Let me know if you can hear me. A lot of studio glass blowers will be very jealous now because we can just gather the colour out of the furnace instead of having to go and blow a cup and shape it all up and go through all of this pain. Well, here things are a little bit simpler at the cost of having to run an extra furnace, of course. So now we have the pattern underneath our topaz glass. And we're going to gather some clear glass over the top of this as well. We're going to blow this basically into a bubble, punch a hole in the end of the bubble and open it up. So we end up with what looks like a toilet plunger. And Roberto is going to gather what looks like a claw so that we can attach the pontello to this claw punty to the face. Open it up so we have a nice ring. Then transfer it once more into another pipe so that we can do the final shaping. Just let this cool down enough that we can take another layer over the top. Just enough so it's not moving. And we'll take the layer on the top. I can't hear you.
Right, press the cross button on it. Start again. Right, press the cross button on it. Start again. So I think it's maybe because your screen is locked.
Try resetting it. I don't know why
Yeah.
it's not working. It's not working on Marco's computer as well.
Take this thing off.
It's still running. It's got the same. I'll have a look on mine.
No, that we can see it over there. Yeah, but you need to still have to get a new link.
Okay.
Because it won't be
Well, but I looked it up on Google and